So already we have gone through what are the basic things about boundary layer and the importance of viscosity, how we can measure viscosity, and how the flow separation takes place. So these are the things we have seen in the last class, and today we will move towards the core region, that how it affects with temperature. So as you can see, the main thing which you are going to see today is just a second, is how it is with the only velocity and how it impacts with the thermal impact. So as you can see here, the first one, okay, this is called as a velocity boundary layer. Velocity boundary layer, and this is the second figure known as a thermal boundary layer. This velocity boundary layer is also called as laminar boundary layer. Okay. This have two different names. One is a velocity boundary layer, another is a laminar boundary layer. So both denotes the same. Now what happens here, there is a flat plate, and this flat plate is submerged in the fluid, and the free stream is coming over the plate is u infinity or v infinity, whatever you take, just understand the phenomena. Here is a free stream is coming or entering into this plate. Now when it is coming at some point, let's consider the distance from the leading edge. So this is called as a leading edge of the plate, and this will be the trailing edge of the plate. Now why it is called leading edge? The which among the plate is first is getting exposed to the free stream velocity is known as a leading edge, and where it is leaving, the flow is leaving behind, is known as a trailing edge. So the from the leading edge at some distance is x I have taken. Now at this x point, what I am doing is I am going to check the flow parameter. Now as you can see, as we are growing the distance, suppose let me consider this is an x1, this portion is x2, and this is x. Now as we are growing, the flow is growing over the plate from x1 to x, x1 to x. What we can see there is one line has been created, and what is this line? This line is the boundary layer thickness. Now we will come to that, what is boundary layer thickness. Now this phenomena already we have discussed, how this parabolic formation occurs, because near to the surface of the plate the frictional effect is too high, right? So as we increase the gradient height, so flow velocity becomes almost equivalent with the free stream velocity, and the path where it becomes equivalent with the free stream velocity almost, that is if I consider the small u, if almost at 0.9999 of v infinity, right? So at that particular point we call as, once it reach, we call as a, that particular height we call as a boundary layer thickness, and this is what the concept about boundary layer thickness. Now I can see here the velocity is 0, the u or v capital the v or u, whatever, that signifies the velocity. Okay, so irrespective of x direction and y direction component, so forget about those part. Here mainly focus with the velocity. Now velocity here is going to be 0. Now why it is 0? At 0 what we call, because the frictional effect is too high, so only it is coming to 0, and that is what we call as a no slip condition, that we have seen in the previous session. Now gradually the frictional effect is getting lower, or I can say the tugging force. We have seen the tugging force. The tugging force is also getting lower. Now as it is getting lower, the velocity used over here is going to almost equivalent with the free stream velocity. And that particular height, at what height it is going to be same, and that is called as a boundary layer. We denote as del, called as boundary layer thickness. Okay, this is what boundary layer thickness. Next, let's see what happens if this the second condition. Okay, second condition, there is a plate which is having some maybe consider that plate is heated, and over that some at free stream temperature is flowing over the plate. Now what will happen near the surface as this plate is heated? Okay, as this plate is heated, so as we grow at some the upper gradient or the y direction, the temperature of the plate, let's consider Ts, or the surface Ts, and the free stream, the temperature which is coming over the surface of the plate is going to fall. Okay, so once it comes and heat, because here the heating impact is more high, and when as compared with here, now when this Ts, that gradient becomes almost equivalent, or the temperature change in temperature becomes almost equivalent with this free stream, that is 0.999, the T value becomes at that particular height is called as the temperature or the thermal boundary layer thickness, which we denoted by del T. Now how we can define, and there is a relation to define this both this boundary layer thickness and the thermal boundary layer thickness. So we can denote both this term using a Prandtl number. Okay, this as a Prandtl number. So Prandtl number, as you can see here. Now how it plays an impact on both the thermal and the boundary layer. Okay, now we can denote this in two forms. Now just a second, I will share the formula. Is my slides visible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Just a second, I cannot see, it's everything black.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
trying to change. Just hold a second, I will rejoin up. Just a second.
Maybe your slide is maybe your slide is visible. It is now.
Okay, so it depends on PR. PR means it's a Prandtl's number. So what is Prandtl number? First we will see what is Prandtl number. So Prandtl number denoted by the notation as PR, which is a ratio between momentum diffusion to thermal conduction. Okay, it's a ratio between momentum diffusion by thermal conduction, or mathematically it can be expressed as mu Cp by K. And always remember, Prandtl number for air is 0.71. This is a constant value. This is for air, right? Mu Cp by mu Cp by K. So what is mu? All of you know what is mu, right? What is dynamic viscosity? Cp, can you tell me what is Cp?
Yes, ma'am.
What is Cp? Specific heat at
Yes, ma'am.
constant?
Pressure.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
This is a specific heat at constant
Specific heat and coefficient of pressure.
K.
Yes, ma'am.
K is a thermal
Yes, ma'am.
conductivity.
Specific heat and
Okay, K
constant
is
pressure.
a thermal
Yeah.
conductivity.
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
there is, as I've said, there is a wonderful relation between this laminar boundary layer and the thermal boundary layer. Now what is the relation? We will see that del suffix T by del equals to Prandtl number power minus 1 by 3. This is a formula, or we write this formula as del by del T equals to number power 1 by 3. So I will suggest you to remember this formula. The second one, now based on, we will see how this will be dependent. Okay. Now first we will see, let's take the PR, that is a Prandtl number is very, no first we will see this one, okay, when Prandtl number is 1, okay, then we will go for the other one, then it will be easy. Now what is mean by Prandtl number is 1? Let's substitute in this formula, right? So del by del T equals to 1 power 1 by 3. Now something to the power 1 to the power anything, right, going to be 1. Now what I can state from here, can I say del is equal to del T? In this case, can I say del is equal to del T? Now that means when the Prandtl number is 1, right, the boundary layer for the laminar boundary layer is going to be same as the thermal boundary layer, right? This is a condition. Now next condition we will move when the Prandtl number is very less than 1, right? Now again let's substitute in this formula. Now Prandtl number is very less than 1. Now let's consider 0.5 itself. Okay, let's consider 0.5. Now if you consider the Prandtl number is very less than 1, or which maybe, let me consider as an example 0.5. Okay, now what will be the relation between this laminar and the thermal boundary layer thickness? What will be the relation? If whatever the power of this, that means it has to be the boundary layer, which one will be greater? Which one going to be greater? If del by del T is less than 1, so del is going to be this, can I say? Now which one is a greater one? Which one is a greater one? The thermal boundary layer. So isn't it? Now see, look at this figure here, in the figure A. So at what condition Prandtl number is less than 1, the boundary layer, the thermal boundary layer is much bigger as compared with the velocity or the laminar boundary layer, right? You can come to this conclusion from this particular formula. Now similarly, if you do del by del t, okay, PR power 1 by 3. Now I want to consider when the Prandtl number is greater than, okay, greater than 1. Now what's going to happen? Then the del is going to be much, that is laminar boundary layer is going to be higher as compared with the thermal boundary layer, right? Now look at the example, look at the figure B, right? See here, at this condition the del is much higher as compared with the del T. Now this is a very important concept. Now they can ask in other way around questions, like if the Prandtl number is less than 1, right, which boundary layer is thicker, right? From this this particular concept, or you can say which is thicker. Obviously the thicker one is thermal boundary layer, this one. Which is a thinner? In this case thinner is velocity boundary layer. Similarly, at this condition, when PR is that is Prandtl number is less than 1, which is thinner here? Here the thinner is thermal boundary layer and thicker is velocity boundary layer. And when the Prandtl number is equal to 1, both the laminar thickness and the thermal boundary layer thickness going to coincide with each other. So this is a very important concept when it comes to thermal boundary layer thickness. I hope simultaneously you have noted down. Okay. Now this boundary layer thickness can be further classified or subdivided into 3 forms. One is a displacement thickness denoted by del star, momentum thickness theta, and energy thickness is del suffix e. Now again I will tell you, these notations may vary from textbook to textbook. Okay. So main purpose is to understand the formula, right? So now here we will see what is the formula, what is the displacement thickness formula, what is the momentum thickness formula, and the energy thickness formula. So right, so let me write the formula here. So for the displacement thickness, the formula is del star. So along with me, please note down the formula. Del star equals to integral 0 to del 1 minus u by u infinity dy. Okay, u by u infinity dy. This is the formula for displacement thickness. Next, momentum thickness. Now,
what is u and u infinity then?
okay, as I have said u here, see u defines at what is the velocity at the corresponding place. Okay, u infinity is the free stream velocity which is coming.
What is u and u infinity
So
then?
this is here, right? Is it clear right now?
Yes, yes,
Okay. Now some of the textbook you can also find the notation is slightly differ with u infinity, right? Or maybe they have given v, small v by, but the idea is same. The u small u represent here is
yes,
at which considering
yes,
point what is the value of u, and v u infinity refers at free stream velocity. Okay. Now same here, the momentum thickness is equal to 0 to del u by u. Again open the bracket, 1 minus of u by u infinity. Now what is that u minus u by u infinity? We have just seen is a del star. Del star means displacement thickness. Okay, moving next. Energy thickness. Energy thickness is del suffix e equals to integral 0 to del u by u infinity 1 minus u small u square by capital U infinity square. So please mention that U infinity. Okay, so to avoid the confusion, right? So here the formula is slightly differ. Now we have seen the three formula, isn't it? The first one we have seen, what is a common thing? All we have integral of 0 to del, right? 0 to del, 0 to del. Next what we have? 1 minus of u by u infinity dy. And again here different integrating with respect to dy, that is also again a common factor. Now for this momentum thickness, how you can remember? This term you are going to multiply with this term. So u by u infinity by 1 minus u by u infinity dy. And how you are going to remember the next term? So you are going to keep this one as it is, rewrite that u by u infinity 1 minus u by u infinity, then again just square this term and you will get it. Now apart from that we have one more term, sometimes they ask, is called as a shape factor. Shape factor. Now what is this shape factor? It denoted by the ratio between this displacement thickness over this momentum thickness. Like shape factor denoted by capital H. Now again it depends on the author. H equals to del star by theta. Okay, so if they ask you the shape factor, so first you need to find out this and then you need to substitute that. Now we will see how to solve the problem, right? How to solve these different types of problems. So first let me solve the first one and then we'll proceed to the next. Let me read the question. The velocity distribution in the boundary layer is given by u by u infinity. Okay, let's consider u by u infinity equals to y by del. Now this is the function that they have given over here. U by u infinity equals to y by del, where u is a velocity at distance y from the plate, u equals to u infinity and y becomes del, and del being the boundary layer thickness. Okay, they have said that del is the boundary layer thickness. Find the displacement thickness, momentum thickness, energy thickness and the value of del star by theta. So already we have seen what is del star by theta, that is a shape factor, isn't it? Now how do we find this? Now first of all, whenever this kind of problem appears, so first you write down the formula. Now what is displacement thickness? Del star. Del star is integral 0 to del. Formula is 1 minus u by u infinity dy. This is a formula. Now here in this given question they have given the function of what is u by u infinity. You just need to substitute that value in place of u by u infinity. So integral 0 to del 1 minus y by del dy. Now what you're going to do? You're going to first integrate that value. Now if you integrate 0 to del 1 of dy minus y by del of dy. Now if you integrate further, what you get? Y minus y square by 2 del 0 del. Now apply the limit, first upper limit then lower limit. Upper limit, if you apply del minus del square by 2 del, then the 0, it will become 0. So simplify that, del by minus del by 2 you get as del by 2. Isn't it? Are you getting the same value? So your del star is del by 2. Now in your exam we'll be having a couple of options, so you have to see which is a suitable answer and accordingly you need to select the answer. Similar way you have to do your momentum thickness. How you can do momentum thickness? Now theta equals to what?
Yes.
You do along with me. Okay, u by u infinity 1 minus u by u infinity dy, and we know what is u by u infinity is y by del, right? So again the same thing you are going to do, y by del 1 minus y by del dy. Multiply that, integral 0 to del y by del minus y square by del square into dy. Simplify that, integrate it, so you will get y square by 2 del minus y3 by 3 del square, 0 to del. Now here you will have, apply the limits, del square by 2 del minus del cube by 3 del square, 0. So here this del square, this one will get cancelled off, you will get del by 2 minus del by 3. If you LCM that, 3 minus 2, you will get del by 6. Isn't it? So similarly, now are you getting del by 6?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Now similarly find for the next one. What was the next? We have energy thickness. So energy thickness to del u by t. Try to write the formula without seeing. So this is how you will remember formula, right? Or you, otherwise you can write this formula likewise.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you substitute that 0 to del, or you can directly write down, but what happens if your direct of error is more? So as you know, in the gate or any kind of competitive exam, the options are given in such a way that so you will get confused. So try to avoid step jumping, go with the flow. Okay. So you can directly write, integrate that, you get y square by 2 del minus y power 4 by 4 del cube, 0 to del, and when you substitute that, what you get? Del 1 by 2, here you will get also 1 by 4. So del by 2 minus del by 4. So you will get del by 4 is the answer. Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Then the last one, they asked about shape factor. Shape factor, what I said, it is a ratio between h star by theta, del star by theta, that is the displacement thickness to the momentum thickness. So what displacement thickness is? Del by 2, and momentum you got del by 6. So if you simplify, you get 3. Very simple,
Yes, ma'am.
isn't it? These are the very easy problem. Similarly, you can also find for this the velocity distribution in a boundary layer is given by u by, here again you can consider u by u infinity equals to y by del 1 by 7. Right? So please note down this sum as your practice, and we can move to the next important things. And can I skip? Have you noted the formula?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now this is another important problem. What they have given, the boundary layer. Okay, before that, so there are of different types of boundary layer thickness. Now these are the some sets of boundary layer equations. Okay, these are the sets, as you
Yes,
can
ma'am.
see, u by u equals to some twice of y by del minus y by del whole square. So these are some experimental work they have done. So the scientist by Prandtl, so he explained that these, if the flow velocity equations come to this so and so equation, right, this will be submerged into boundary layer thickness. Now from this boundary layer thickness, what are the things we can find? We can find what are the shear stress distribution, what are the drag coefficient. Now drag coefficient they have classified in two. One is as a local they denoted by CD star. Another one is CD, as you can see here. Okay, two things that they have classified. Then is another, how we can classify the turbulent boundary layer. Now you can see the formula or the equation, this one, right? U by u infinity again equals to y by del power 1 by 7. Now when it is y by del equals to 1 by 7, right, so this has to be undergo the turbulence. That means the Reynolds number has to be greater than 10 power 7, right? There is a difference, all this has been derived, you just need to remember this equation. So which one is a turbulent boundary layer and which one is the laminar boundary layer. Now here come some sets of derivations that they have performed, that from that equation, that is u by u infinity, these are all u by u infinity, these are the sets of laminar boundary layer equations. From the equation they have derived their boundary layer thickness. From the boundary layer thickness they have derived what is their local drag coefficient and the drag coefficient. This is a local one. That means at some particular x direction, or if there is one plate, just a second. Okay. So if there is a plate, right, it is submerged into some fluid, free stream velocity u in or v infinity, whatever. Now if this total plate is L, now I want to find at what will be the drag coefficient at this point. Let's consider x point. So that means at when I am concentrating some point is called as a local point. Okay, so from this, all this value should be denoted from the leading edge. This is a leading edge and this is a trailing edge. So when I'm considering or focusing at some particular point is called as a local. So here we are going to find what is going to be for the local drag coefficient and the total drag coefficient. There is a difference. Okay, now how do you, so it's very important to remember, but most of the cases we use a Blasius result. Now what this Blasius result does, it is applicable if your Reynolds number is within 3.2 into 10 power 5. Now for that, if whatever the problem has been given or stated to you, first you need to find out the Reynolds number. So if you see if the Reynolds number is within the limit, then you need to apply the Blasius result. If not, then you have to use a turbulent one. Okay, now most of the cases we prefer to use the fifth condition. Okay, but in upcoming days I will tell you how these things are derived, because sometimes this is one of the very scoring part. And suppose in the case they have given you some equation, so how you can derive to this boundary layer thickness, how you can derive to drag local drag and the total drag. So that we will see in the tomorrow's class. Okay, now here you need to remember for the Blasius condition, the boundary layer thickness can be found using 5x by root over re suffix x. Now this is applicable either for the entire plate or for the particular distance if they have mentioned. Alright, so whatever the distance has been mentioned, that is the x, right? At that particular distance, what is the Reynolds number? You need to find out that and substitute it. Okay, right? So this is all about the boundary layer thickness. Next, how you can find the local drag coefficient. Now this is a formula to find out the local drag coefficient. So CD star equals to 0.664 of root over RE. Okay, so first number you will obtain over here, so that you need to substitute and you will get your local drag coefficient. Next, the total drag coefficient. Now in that case, what you have to do, you have to find, if in the question they have not mentioned anything like to find out the local or the total drag, then you have to use this formula. Alright, so you have to read the question very carefully to understand, because you can see there is some point fraction can make an entire variation of your result. Fine, so I hope you have noted. Next we will move this. Now this is very important to note down how this formula is going to vary from the laminar, or I can say Blasius solution, to the Prandtl approximation. Yes, I request to mute yourself, please. So please note down this formula. Now we will solve this problem. So let me read the problem. The boundary layer thickness of 1 meter from the leading edge of a plate kept over 0 angle of incidence to the direction is 1 mm. The velocity outside the boundary layer is 25 meter per second. The boundary layer at a distance of 4 meter is, they have given some options. Select the correct. Assume the boundary layer is entirely laminar. So in this question they have stated clearly that to solve this problem using the laminar thing, so you don't need to calculate it separately. Now the next important thing is very important, that we need to understand that what are the given data and what they asked us to find. Now first case they have said the boundary layer thickness at a distance of 1 meter, they have said. isn't it? They have status that of 1 meter from the leading edge. So when the plate is at 0, it is 1 meter, right? At 1 meter from the leading edge, the distance when the x is 1 meter, right? The boundary layer thickness is 1 mm. Next, the velocity outside, the velocity they have given, that is a free stream velocity, either you take u infinity or v infinity, is given as 25. Now the boundary layer thickness at the distance of 4 meter. Now what they're telling, now if the plate is changing, shifting to another, so if x1 is 1 meter, x2 is 4 meter, what will be the boundary layer thickness? This is the question. Now you need to find the when the boundary layer at 4 meter, that means boundary layer at x2, I can say. Now first of all, you should know what is the boundary layer formula. So as they have said, boundary layer is laminar, so you have to use this formula 5 Blachier solution, 5x by root over of Re suffix x, right? Now here they have given that is laminar. Now I can further simplify this equation. What is Reynolds number? Reynolds number, we know that v infinity x by nu. Can I write in terms of nu? Now what are the variable here? What are the variables? Now if this is del 1 equals to 5x1 by root over of v infinity x1 by nu. So flow field is same, there is no variation. Velocities also is going to be same for both the thing, right? And this is a constant variable. So can I say the del 1 is directly proportional with the root over of x1, right? So I can rewrite this equation as del 1 by del 2, or I mean del x2 whatever, equals to root over of x1 by x2, and this is our x2, isn't it? Now I know my del 1, I know my x2, so from that I can find what is del 1 is 1 into 10 power minus 3 by del 2 equals to root over of 1 by 4. Okay, now if you simplify this equation, right, you will get what is your del 2. Now from there, please tell me what is a del 2. Which among this option?
2 into 10 to the power 3.
To 10 power 3 meter. So that means here the options they have given in terms of mm. So you can come to a conclusion that 2 mm is the answer. So this is a very important thing that you need to take care of, what unit they have asked in this question. Now most of you get confused with the units. So these are the again the tricks that you need to remember the units carefully. Okay. Now let's solve some more problem. Now see, this kind of problems are also very
2
common.
into 10 to the power
Now
3.
if x is a distance measured from the leading edge of a flat plate, then the laminar boundary layer thickness varies as. Now just now I have shown you how the boundary layer thickness varies with the distance, right? The same concept has been applied. So how it is varied, they have given couple of options. So as the laminar boundary layer is directly proportional to root over of x, that is a distance measured. So root over of x means what? X power 1 by 2. So the right option will going to be the D. Similar kind of questions will be asked maybe for turbulent or several kind of combinations that they can ask. Okay. So this is again almost the relevant type of question. So let's try to solve this problem. Okay. What is this problem? A compressible fluid flow over a flat plate with zero pressure gradient. The boundary layer thickness is 1 mm at a location where the Reynolds number is 1000 only. If the velocity of the fluid alone is increased by a factor of 4, then the boundary layer thickness set the same location in mm will be. Alright, so what they have given? So first they have given it is an incompressible fluid. Boundary layer thickness has been given where the Reynolds number is known to you. Now let's consider this is a first case. Case 1. Now boundary layer, let's consider del 1 equals to 1 mm and Reynolds number is of 1 is 1000. Okay. If the velocity of the fluid now what they are telling here, the velocity is getting increased. So if the velocity v1 is v meter per second, now at the second case is increased by 4 times. Okay, so v2 becomes 4v meter per second, 4 times the boundary layer thickness at same location, right? So the location, if the x they have considered here, so here also they are considering the same location. Now at if so what will be the boundary layer thickness at that if it is increased by 4 times? This is the question, right? So if this is a plate at that particular point, if the velocity is v, distance is x, and the Reynolds number is 1000 only, right? At this condition it was 1 mm boundary layer thickness. Now I am increasing the flow speed to 4 times at the same location. How it is going to affect the boundary layer thickness? So here we have two cases. Which one? Okay, let's see whether we are getting the same answer or not. Okay. Now first of all, we have case 1. Case 1, what they have given? The v1 is v and del 1 is 1 mm and Reynolds number they have given as 1000, and case 2 they have given as v2 as 4 of v, del 2 that we need to find, right? And both the x1 and x2 are going to be same. Now first we will see what is a del formula. Del formula is 5x by root over of re of x. Now here we need to see the velocity is a variable here. Now velocity is changing, right? Now so what is the Reynolds number? Is v x by nu. So if for Re equals to v1 x is same, this is also same, right? So we'll get vx of nu, right, is 100. Then for Re2, what will be the Reynolds number? So Reynolds number V2x into nu. So I know that V2 equals to 4 times of V. So 4 times of Vx by nu. So I know this Vx by nu is equal to 100. So this value, so 4,000, sorry, 1000. So Vx by nu equals to 4000. Can I state this? I can state what is Reynolds number 1 and Reynolds number 2 I can find. Now if I consider now how this Reynolds number and the del is inversely proportional, can I say root over of this. Therefore I can say del 1 by del 2 equals to root over of Rex2 by Re of x1. Now what is our main aim? To find out this del 2. So del 1 is 1 into 10 power 3 by del 2 by here we have 4000 by 1000. Then we'll get 2 del 2 equals to 1 into 10 power minus 3. So del 2 will become 1 by 2 in power minus 3. Sorry, I just made it plus 3. So 0.5 into 10 power 3, it's in meter, right? So what is the answer getting? They have given in terms of mm. So del 2 is 0.5 mm, right? So whatever the problem they have stated in the exam, don't be hurry. Read the question, try to relate how they are interconnected with each other, find out the variables, how they can link up, then substitute. Here we are doing differently because here the x is a constant. It is not varying here. They said at the same location. So that's why we are not considering this x over here. What is the varying? Varying is Reynolds number with the velocity. Because why you are varying the Reynolds number? Because velocity is connected with Reynolds number or vice versa. Right? So gradually when I proceeded with the calculations and then I obtained the result over here. Could you able to follow? Right? I hope you got that. Now, now we will solve one last problem and then we can wind up. Right? This is a very, very important problem. This I would need to solve it. Okay? Right. Or else shall we do it tomorrow or today? Okay, let's do likewise. You try this sum and we will solve this sum tomorrow and then we'll proceed with some derivation tomorrow. Alright?
Okay.
Alright. So please take the question down and we will proceed this from the next.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.